Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Sangeeta, Assistant Professor, School of Management, Maharaja Agrawal University, Himachal Pradesh. The topic for discussion of today is modes of entry into international business. Whenever we discuss the term international business, the picture came into our mind import or export. But the term is not confined only to the export and import. The this term is you can be used in broad way. So firstly, what is the meaning of international business? International business consists of business transaction between parties from more than one countries. So these parties may be private individuals, individual companies, group of companies, and government agencies. Now, the types of modes of entry into international business. These may be exporting, licensing, franchising, management contracts, turnkey projects, contract manufacturing, foreign investment, joint venture, wholly owned subsidiary, strategic acquisition, and portfolio management. These type can also be subcategorized and we can understand with the help of this flow chart. First, export may be direct or indirect, and licensing include franchising, uh, management contract, and turnkey operations. And investment further include portfolio and FDI, foreign direct investment. So the first term is exporting. Exporting is the sale of products and services in foreign countries, outside the boundaries of a country from the home country. So exporting can be direct export or maybe indirect export. So what is direct export? Direct export means the sale of goods from the farm to the seller overseas directly. There is no intermediary involved. In this, the firm experience first-hand information about the market. And indirect export means in the exporter hire the expertise of someone else to facilitate the transaction. The intermediary charges the fees for its services, and there are several types of intermediaries like manufacturers, export agents who sell the company's product overseas, manufacturers representatives who sell the products of a number of exporting firms in overseas markets, and export commission agents who act as a buyer for the overseas market, export merchants who buy and sell on their own for a variety of markets. We can understand these concepts with the help of example. Like indirect export, only producer and importers are involved. In indirect export, producer, exporter, and subsidiary or other importers are involved from the different countries. So, beside this, why we enter into export business? There are many advantages to enter into an export business. It involves very little risk and low allocation of resources for the exporter first. Further, it increase sales and reduce inventories also. Exporting also provides an easy way to identify market potential, or it establish recognition of a name brand. Next term is licensing. In this mode of entry, the manufacturer of a home country leaves the right of intellectual property like technology, copyright, brand name, etc. to the manufacturer of a foreign country. Here, two parties are involved, licensor and licensee. Licensor, who is the person, licensor who uh, the licensor, the manufacturer that lease is known as the licensor, and the manufacturer of the country that goes to the license is known as the licensee. So what are the advantage of licensing? It involves low investment of licensor, low financial risk for licensor, or licensor can investigate the foreign market, and licensee's investment in R&D is low here. And also the licensee does not bear the risk of product failure here because it is already established patent or trademark or copyright brand. Example of licensing is franchisees of big brands like McDonald's, Subway, Dunkin' Donuts, etc. Uh, Next term is franchising. It is the mode in which the franchisee is granted permission to use a name, process, method, or trademark. And also, the franchisor firm assists the franchisee with the operation of the franchise or supplies raw material or both. Example is in different industries like soft drink bottlers industry, fast food industries. Uh, these franchisee mainly exist like McDonald's, KFC, Holiday Inn, Hilton. So, what is the basic difference of licensing and franchising? Here, first difference is the licensor has control. In the licensing, the licensor has control on the use of intellectual property by the licensee, but has no control on the licensee business. But in the case of franchisor, experts exert considerable control over franchisee's business and process. And the process involve one-time transfer of property or rights in the case of licensing, and in the case of franchisee needs ongoing assistance of franchisors. And free structure in the case of licensing, it is negotiable, but in the case of franchisee it is standardized form. And no, and the next main difference is the registration. Registration is not necessary in the in case of licensing, and it is mandatory in the case of franchise. Next term is the management contract. Management contracts are the contract under which a firm basically rents its expertise or know-how to the government or company in the form of personnel who enter into the foreign environment and run the concern. Reason why most company enter into management contract, because they want to focus on their expertise and they hand over other parts to the management, the companies who are actually deals or expert in these kind of activities like promoting manufacturing or in case of technology. That is why they enter into the management contracts. Example of this type of contract is British Airport Authority, BBA. BAA has contract to manage airport in Indian Police or Italy and Melbourne, Australia, because it developed the successful airport management skill. They have the expertise in developing these types of airports. That's why the companies from other countries sign a contract for building these type of airport into their countries. And the next term is international investment. International investment, like the name specify, when we are investing in another country. International investment is one of the investment strategy in which an investor diversify its portfolio by purchasing various financial instruments like shares, mutual fund. They are investing in shares in one country, and another country they are investing in mutual funds or in debenture or in coupon bonds, etc. So this type of investing is done to acquire ownership or collaboration in different countries across the globe in order to maximize the return and reduce their exposure to various investment risks. So these are of two types: foreign direct investment, FDI, and foreign portfolio investment, FPI. So first is the foreign direct investment. Foreign direct FDI is an investment when the investor invests in a business situated on foreign land in order to acquire ownership or collaboration. They are directly investing in another country's projects, like in machinery or plant or projects. Or these may be of three types: greenfield project, joint ventures, merger and acquisition, also called as brownfield investment. First investment is greenfield projects under FDI. So in this investment, a company directly enter into the market. Greenfield project also includes the construction of a new plant, offices, etc. Example of greenfield investment is MNCs like Coca-Cola, Starbucks. etc. in various overseas countries is a good example of greenfield investment. Next term is joint ventures. When FDI is used to enter into venture with the foreign corporation in order to expand their business in a foreign country. Here, the term is specified term period of venture, like maybe for 5 years, 10 years. The two company join hand for a specified period and for specified objective. For example, if a company want to enter into Indian market, but they do not want to directly enter because of legal formalities, they prefer joint ventures. Like in broadcast content services, print media, multi-brand, there are various companies who enter into Indian market through joint ventures only. Next category is merger acquisition or brownfield investment. It is another type of FDI transaction in which merger or acquisition term is used to enter into international business. Brownfield investment are mostly used to enter the foreign market. Example of this type of investment is Tata Steel, one of the Indian steel market who acquire the big giant UK firm Forest Group in the April 2007. Next term is of international investment is FPI, foreign portfolio investment. Foreign FPI is an investment made in a foreign economy by an investor with no motive to gain any role of in the management of any organization. Here, the management control is not the aim of a firm, but to invest is the aim of the firm. Portfolio investor purchase security traded in another country, which is highly liquid and can easily get buyers when required. Example of this type of investment is US investor buys shares of company on the Indonesia Stock Exchange. And the last mode of entry into international business is turnkey project. Like the term specify itself, turnkey. You have to turn the key of project after the completion of the operations. It is a contract under which a firm agrees to fully carry out the design, create, equip, and production facility and shift the project over to the purchaser when the facility is operational. Like in India, the Zevar Airport project from Noida is the best example of turnkey project. A Swiss company called Zurich Airport International is working on it, and after it is successfully constructed, therefore will be turned over to the regional government to manage. So these were the different modes of entry into the international business. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.